Hello guys, you will all be doing well. The movie we are discussing today is Nosotros los Nobles. It is also called The Noble Family and We Are the Nobles. It is a 2013 Mexican dark comedy film directed by Gary Elizraqui, starring Gonzalo Vega, Luis Gerardo Méndez, Karla Souza and Juan Pablo Gil, with Inés Guerrero, Carlos Gascon and Mario Haddad in supporting roles. Before we get into the video, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to stay notified about all my upcoming recaps. Let's get into the video without any further delay. Located in modern Mexico City, the Noble family tells the story of a wealthy Mexican businessman, Germán Noble, and his three grown children, Javi, Barbie, and Charlie. Being always busy at his job, Germán doesn't realize that his kids are doing nothing with their lives while carelessly spending his money. He never touches the subject, for he attributes their attitude to the depression his children feel in the wake of their mother's death. Ever since the children have been living off her trust fund money, they spend extravagantly, buy things and go on vacations. None of them has ever worked a day in their life, because of which Germán gets worried because one of them has to manage his business one day. Barbie is a socialite about to get engaged to Peter, a man 20 years older than her, who's left several failed businesses in bankruptcy. He's hoping that Barbie's trust fund will help him pay off his enormous tax debt. Germán is against said engagement, but Barbie pays no attention to him and starts planning the wedding. On the morning of Barbie's birthday, many workers come to decorate the house. She recognizes one of them as Lucho, the nephew of her maid. Barbie used to annoy him, which made Lucho dislike her. Though Javi works in his father's construction company, he spends most of his time partying with friends. When not socializing, he dreams up unrealistic and often impossible projects that are often mocked by his father's business partner, Anwar Karim. Hoping to motivate Javier, Germán tells him he plans to leave the company to him in the future, and so he charges Javier with bigger responsibilities. Javi instead flies to Miami with his friends, leaving a subordinate to take his place at a very important business function. Charlie, Germán's youngest child, is a hipster that has been expelled from college for being caught by the dean having sex with Lucia, one of his teachers. When Germán is in his office, he looks at his children's expenses for the last month. After that, Karim informs him about his children's careless habits. Germán wants him to teach him ways to save money, but don't know how to teach. On the other hand, Javi is shown with his friends. In the evening, Barbie is enjoying her birthday party and sees Lucho on the other side of her room and asks him to clean his teeth with her dress. Then Peter sees them approaching and approaches them to talk. Then Peter and Barbie go into a room. Then Peter asks Germán for permission to marry his daughter. Germán questions him. How will he keep her happy when she doesn't have a job? Germán knows that Peter is not a good person and he forbids the marriage. But Barbie does not agree and goes out and announces that she is going to marry Peter soon. The anxiety causes Germán to have trouble breathing and is rushed to the hospital. When his children come to see him, he pretends to have a heart attack. He hopes that the siblings will feel responsible for giving him so much trouble, but they start arguing with each other. When they leave, he decides to give his children a lesson and a taste of the real world. He tells them that the union troubles and an embezzling partner have led the government to freeze his assets. Also, as shareholders of the company, the whole family could end up in prison. Germán convinces them to hide and cut off all contacts with friends and relatives and move into a dilapidated house his father owned in a modest area of Mexico City. The house is in ruins, but the three siblings have never stayed anywhere other than luxury hotels. Then these three get an idea of the situation. Germán tells them that they will have to work for money now. Then they eat junk food at night. The children will also have to support themselves, which means getting jobs for the first time in their lives. The next morning we see Barbie take a shower, but dirty water comes out of the faucet. She uses hand sanitizer to clean her entire body. Javier goes to his friends and asks them for money and promises to give them all their money back. But the people who used to have party with Javier's money refuse to pay. Then we see that Barbie calls Peter and tells him everything and says that they have to delay the wedding. After knowing all this, Peter is upset that he could not take advantage of their money when he got the chance. We then see that Charlie goes looking for a job, then he gets a job at a bank at his father's behest. His boss knows about him because the place belonged to his nephew. She threatens to fire him from the job. When they all meet in the evening, all the siblings give whatever money they collect to Germán. Barbie paid the most but later finds out that Bárbara sold Javier's watch for money. Then their faithful maid and Lucho come to their house to help them and bring them clothes. Lucho bothers Barbie what Barbie did to him. He then offers Barbie a job as a waitress at the place he works. Javi asks if there is a job for him. Then he is offered a job as a bus driver. The next day is Javi's first day at work and everything is going well until another driver gets in line. The driver makes fun of him. On the other hand, Barbie also goes to her work in the restaurant and is shocked and feels bad to see the chef spitting on the customer's food. Lucho then tells her that whatever she's going through, she deserves it. As time goes by, all the siblings get better at what they do. They start cooking and cleaning for themselves. Javi has been arguing with a bus driver for weeks. One day he tries to take him to a parking spot but is stopped by the traffic police. Barbie is not very good at being a waitress, which causes many customers to leave without eating. But eventually she learns her job well. One day Charlie makes a mistake in his banking job and his boss calls him into her office. Then she closes the office door and tells him to do something for the mistake. After dinner, German sees that Barbie has been trying to vomit to keep her weight up. He is shocked to know that she has been doing this since she was in college. Barbie claims with a laugh he never had time for his children, so she didn't expect this care. German realizes how far he has been from his children's lives until now. On the other hand, we are shown Peter talking to his friend, telling him how he missed his chance to pay off his debt. He also tells his friend how Karim ran away with the money. Peter's friend doesn't trust him because Karim is behind them and talking to someone. Then Peter says that something is wrong and starts to investigate. The next day, Lucho and Barbie go to the market together. They bond while buying groceries for the restaurant. On the other side, we see that Javi finds his bus competitor and starts a fight with him. They suddenly stop after finding that they both read the books by the same author. Then they talk with each other. They find out that they both have the same goal in life, to start their own business. After a few weeks, they all earn enough money to repair the house. German is responsible for not paying attention to the lives of his children. The next day, we see that the owner of the restaurant has a party for his employees and Barbie and Lucho dance. At the same time, Peter arrives at their house and meets German, who claims to know all about German's lie and threatens to tell the children the truth. German is afraid that his children will hate him after they'll find out the truth, so German asks Peter what he wants. Just then, Barbie returns home and sees them. Peter tells them all that Karim has returned with the money and that their bank accounts are working again. Now, they can go back to their old lives. All the siblings are overjoyed to hear this, and German is blackmailed for keeping quiet. Then they get ready to leave the house. Barbie meets Lucho outside and bids him goodbye and leaves him. Barbie believes that Peter helped them in times like this, so she can't betray him and go to Lucho. Then next day, German goes to the office and asks Karim for solution. He wants to keep the secret from the children but will not allow Barbie to marry Peter at any cost. Barbie also starts shopping for her wedding. In the next scene, German, Karim and Peter are seen in a meeting with a lawyer. German offers Peter money to get out of Barbie's life, but Peter wants to marry her. Finally, German has to sign a contract in which Barbie's husband will be authorized to use much money as he likes from her trust fund. He still hopes that Peter will not be her husband. After the meeting, German visits his family's maid, Maggie. She advises him to tell his children the truth, because the longer he hides the truth from his children, the more time his children will take to forgive him. German trusts her and decides to do the right thing. But unaware that Peter is proposing to his daughter, he asks her to sign the marriage papers immediately because he can't wait any longer. Barbie is nervous and wonders if she even wants to marry him. But she goes to City Hall with Peter. German calls his sons and asks them to meet him immediately. However, when he calls his daughter, Peter picks up the phone and hangs up. German contacts Barbie's friend and finds out that Barbie is getting married. He runs to City Hall to stop her with Javi and Charlie. They arrive before she can sign the paper and manage to stop them. German finally reveals that they were never bank corrupt. The revelation generates a feeling of anger and distrust in them. However, Barbie realizes that Peter's only intention was to obtain her money and breaks with him. Disappointed, the three siblings decide to distance themselves from their father. They keep their jobs and fully repair the old house. German's wish to see his children mature and live independently is finally accomplished, even though they break all contacts with him. Charlie leaves the bank and gets a real job. Javi opens a business of his own, and Barbie and Lucho get engaged. By the end of the film, we see German knocking on the now restored front door of the old house. His children open it, and he asks for forgiveness. They reconcile, acknowledging that everything was for a greater good. After the credits, Peter is inside a prison cell for his tax debts as two fellow inmates approach to molest him. The movie ends with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to stay notified about all my upcoming recaps. See you until then. Thanks for watching.